Hi press, hi defensive line. What if I told you there's another way to play this game and win? Let's build a counter-attacking tactic.
It's spinning round and round.
Outstanding! 4-0 up at half-time at Barca. How's it going, folks? Hope you're well. There you saw a little clip from my recent Twitch stream where I was in charge of Inter Milan and we played Barcelona and ended up absolutely smashing them playing a counter-attacking tactic. So today we're going to run through how to build a counter-attacking setup and most importantly the team instructions, because they're the most important. You can do this setup with a load of different formations, but it's the team instructions that are going to get you there. If you like what you're seeing on the channel at the minute, please let me know. As you know, FM22 is now out. It's going to be huge and there's all sorts coming on the channel, so if you're not subbed, please consider doing so. A nice ball. Here's Denzel Dumfries, who I like this year as well. Little ball into Toro. You can't disallow that one.
One more for the good guys.
Counter-attack's on. Here's Dumfries. Nice ball. Here's Mariano. Target forward I've got him as. Little clip to Dumfries. Back to Mariano. Correa's in there.
One more for the good guys.
So I saw we had Barcelona in the Champions League and I thought they're still going to be strong even though it's Barca. So let's play a counter-attacking setup. And this is the way we did it. Now it's very tempting for all of you to look at the main formation and think, ooh, I'll have some of that. But like I said at the start, it's not the most important thing about a counter-attacking setup. The most important thing, if I switch your attention over to the team instructions, they're more important. Let's have a little look at them. So we begin with in possession. Now we have it fairly narrow, so we're not too expansive. If we lose the ball, we don't want the players running around trying to get back in position, so we keep it quite compact, fairly narrow. We're passing into space and playing out of defence. Passing into space purely because we're bringing the opposition onto us, so there should be gaps for us to hit. Playing out defence ties into that rather than us aimlessly hoofing it up. They'll be looking for the players higher up the pitch. An interesting one here is be more expressive. Some people would have this off. That's totally fine. I keep it on because I want to back my players that are good on the ball to find the killer ball for the counter attack, which ties in with the passing directness of standard. Sometimes I'll even bump it up to more direct to get that ball forward and faster, which ties in with your tempo. We'd then move on to in transition. So in transition, just a couple of basic ones here. We want to counter attack obviously because I want my midfielders and my strikers to capitalise on the counter. Now distribute to position, it will be distribute to target man. If you don't have a suitable target man, you want to hit a player who's capable of holding the ball up and bringing others into play. So that's why you would go to this, distribute to position, and it could be any of these boys. It could be a central midfielder, ideal if it's a striker, but don't be scared to use one of the wingers as well. The most important one for your setup and your counter-attacking mentality is without doubt the out of possession instructions. So let's go to them. The out of possessions, instantly you can see we're set up to sit back. We've got a standard defensive line and a lower line of engagement. So we're bringing the opposition onto us, encouraging them to come for us. This ties in with get stuck in and tighter marking. The players are tighter to their opposition, going to get them to jump into the tackles harder, attempting to win the ball back. So as soon as we win that ball back, we can play it forward, which ties in with the in possession instructions of passing into space and pulling out of defence and being more expressive. So they all tie in together to create this counter-attacking setup. Now I said at the start of the video that the formation you use is not as important as those team instructions we've just gone through. Normally I'll go through the positions and roles and then we move on to the team instructions. But when you're looking for a philosophy such as a counter-attacking system, it's all about the instructions. But there are a couple of key roles you can put into any formation you use for the counter-attacking system for it to work even better. The first one is your wider players. So on this occasion I've got two wingers. I've got a winger and the defensive winger. These could be wingers, they could be wing backs. They're the players that are going to be a lot of the time your outlet for the balls out of the back when you win it back. They're going to launch counter-attacks and find the through balls to your strikers, especially if you're not playing three up front. If you're playing one up front or two up front, they get even more important. Man, DeMarco crosses. Dumfries at the back stick. It's 3-0, boys, and we are destroying Barca with a standard and lower defensive line. This is wild. DeMarco with a cross to his fellow winger, Dumfries. Wingers are dead important, but more important arguably is your strikers, because they're going to hold the ball up and bring others into play, which means that the role becomes even more important whether you're playing two up front or three up front. This occasion we have three up front, and you'll notice I've got two on support. Two roles in the deep line forward and the target forward that like to drop off as well. Add to that, I've got a couple of PIs on, meaning move into channels and more direct passes. So when these two get the ball, Dzeko as a target forward will move into these channels as well, open up some more space, and with an extra PI to try more direct passes for his other strike partners. Your deep line forward will do that organically via his hard-coded instructions, moving into channels and taking more risks. So they drop off as well. If I only had one up front, I would still have one of these two roles involved as long as I've got a more advanced striker as well to feed. Look at that gap though. Toro! There's all sorts of systems this can fit into. I'm loath to tell you which systems to use. I think you should have a little play around for yourself, but have a little look at the team instructions more carefully and maybe tweak them if you need to. Those ones I've given you are solid for a proper good counter-attacking performance, but here's a couple of setups you might like to use and give it a try. Here you have a standard wing-back system with a deep line playmaker. Deep line playmaker in there is quite a good idea for a counter-attacking system, because when these boys win the ball back, if they're not confident of finding the pass, they will give it to the playmaker, as will the keeper, to launch an attack. He might find the through ball for wing-backs 1 or 2, or your dynamic midfielders, or your drop-off striker. The absolute classic 4-4-2. This will give you quite a few counter-attacking options. When you win the ball back, your keeper or your defenders may opt to pick out winger 1 or winger 2, or perhaps the forward as well. It just is nicely balanced to get the counter-attacking up the pitch, as you can see there. If you've got a particularly attacking fullbacks, they too will join your counter-attack. Again, the 4-3-3, some great options here. The guy in the defensive midfield role can receive the ball, or even better, one of the advanced wider players can receive it as well. You'll notice the strikers on an advanced forward attack duty, because with these two here, there can be the options that drop off. Now what you'll notice in all these formations is that I always maintain attacking threat up front, whether it be 2 players or 3 players like this. If we got a little bit too defensive minded and dropped our players back into a 4-1-4-1, yes it can work, but there is a danger that he gets marooned, they can't find a release ball, and it just keeps coming back at us. So I feel it's a good idea to have 1 or at least 2 players supporting your striker for counter-attacking. Now this might be unwise, but I'm going to attempt it with Wolves against the mighty Liverpool. So that's obviously what I'm up against. You've got Salah, you've got Mane, Diego Jota, Thiago, Henderson, Fabinho, attacking wing backs. Pray for Wolves. And we beat them, crew. We beat Liverpool 3-2 using that system, using the team instructions. Granted, they had a load of shots, but it's Liverpool in the day. This is Wolves, a team I've just picked up, started out of nowhere, no transfers. I'm playing 2 full-backs as my defensive wingers, and it's done the business. That's the way the game went. You could see how deep we sat. There's our lower defensive line with our lower line of engagement. Standard and lower, sorry. Liverpool pushing on. Couldn't break us down. Enough. We win 3-2 with goals on the break. Ideally counter-attacking goal in that match. Van Dijk came forward with the ball like Van Dijk does, and we win the ball back there from Cody. Now look at Jose Sa. Straight away, counter-attacking mentality. He's going to ping it. Long, hard, direct. 2, striker. Drop-off striker picks it up. He's holding it up like I asked him to. Plays it to the winger. Winger's going to feed it back down the line. It's lovely stuff this. Backup's coming in the box now. Podence lays it back to the other drop-off striker who crosses, and Jimenez puts it in. Now look, crew, it's not going to work every time, is it? But it's just another option to play this game. You're not going to go full-on head-to-head against a team like Liverpool and beat them, so you might as well try a counter-attack a bit like that. For context, crew, I just replayed the game against Liverpool with this system, 2 inside forwards offering the outlet this time, and we got another credible 2-2 draw. Granted, Trincao had an absolute nightmare. If I had a player who could have played football on that side, I might have even won. So there's different ways to skin the cat.